So we're about 4 months into the new year, and I must say, a few of the big name commentators are still shitting the bed royally. I mean, come on guys, give me a challenge. At least with last year, a lot of you didn't start shitting the bed until the halfway point of the year. This is just pathetic. Earlier in the year, we had Illiniguy34's abysmal video on Megadupe TV, and now we have Illiniguy34's try-up on Cinematic Venom. Now, I could bitch about both videos here, but instead, I want to focus on Illiniguy's video because it's the most recent one. Besides, unless none of the commentaries come out between now and December that are far worse, I'll have plenty of time to talk about Doodle's video in the worst commentaries of 2017 list. Now then, on to Ernie. Oh boy, you have had a really bad streak of luck as of late, haven't you? From a mediocre commentary on Nero's Q to a boring as all commentary on the Conundrum, to your recent disaster was your commentary on Venom, your commentaries as of late have gone down the shitter. And while it is tempting for me to do my own commentary on this video, Cinematic Venom, Doodletones, and Starmonsters have already done their own commentaries on it, and pretty much said almost everything I was going to say. So instead, I'm going to do a quick response to that video and also try and tackle the follow-up video if I can. So, Illinois commentary number 19 was a complete disaster. It had abysmal chemistry, terrible jokes, terrible points that were easily debunked by the three commentators, terrible line reading and acting, the list goes on. Hell, even the editing was bad, and it wasn't even done by Illiniguy34. Instead, it was done by Liebers, who was actually a pretty good commentator. When you have a guy who has mostly positive reception in the community editing your video, and the editing still comes out like shit, not only does that affect your video/reputation, Ernie, but it also affects Liebers' reputation as well, because his name is in a sense branded to this crap. JJ. But you know what's funny about all this? A lot of these issues I presented was seen in Ernie's first try-up. You know, the one with himself, Mike Johnston, and Jackie, or rather Jacob, since this was before the change. And in that video, it had the abysmal line writing and acting, the terrible points, jokes that make me want to jump around your key into my heart, the awful chemistry, hell, even the shitty editing is present and kind of full. Ernie, I thought that after this video from 2015, you would have learned how to do better try-ups, especially after people pointed out what was wrong with it. But based on this recent video, you seem to have learned nothing from it. Making a terrible video is bad, redundancy aside. But when you continue to make the same mistakes 2 years later, that's even worse, because as humans, we're supposed to learn from our mistakes and improve ourselves. And given the 2-year gap between that try-up and now, I thought you would have learned from those mistakes. But apparently not. And that's what makes this video one of the worst commentaries I've seen this year. Hell, unless the rest of the year is filled with even worse commentaries, your video is likely going to stay on the 2017 list. But wait, you say? He put out a follow-up video. All is forgiven, right? Well, not quite. Ignoring some of the minor issues like his terrible audio balancing, seriously, we're not going to hear the lyrics and blending with your voice points, that's a problem, and grammar mistakes like a lib of his own, I did notice a fair share of issues with this follow-up. For instance, for a video that's supposedly not a bashing video on Gem, you spend about 8 minutes of a 13-minute video bitching about him either with offhand remarks or directly bitching about him. That's around 60% of the video bitching about Gem, and you legit want to tell me that it's not a bashing video on Gem? Yeah, I don't quite see it. Aside from that, there's one other point I want to bring up. Later in the video, he tries to respond to a bit in Cinematic Venom's response to Ernie, and the point Ernie is trying to defend is a point already debunked by fellow commentator Starmer and Stars when he did a commentary on Ernie's video. Now let me set up some context first before I play Starmer's bit. In Cinematic's original video, the one I responded to, one of his arguments was that Doug Walker refuses to acknowledge that people can log it as like a movie, and John points out that in the clip Venom showed, it didn't prove his point. Here's what happens after that interjection.
He said Happy Madison fans shouldn't live, people only like Hocus Pocus as a guilty pleasure and they all know it sucks, and it just comes across as uncomfortable to watch sometimes with someone forcing an opinion on you so much.
And then immediately shoot yourselves in the foot with the very next time you cut back to the video. What was that about him not showing examples as speaking for everyone, Jim? Sure, it'd help more if he showed footage, but you said he never brings up examples of how Doug speaks for everyone, and then show him bringing up examples just a few seconds later. What's so?
Yeah, Ernie, you might want to let that one go. It's kinda got nothing to stand on at this point. And frankly, that's about it for that follow-up. Well, not as problematic as the original commentary, it still had some flaws to it that I wanted to address. Now, this is normally where to insert some jab at your avatar or something, but unlike other people I've covered, I don't hate you, Ernie. Just disappointed. But hey, maybe this incident with number 19 will finally make you realize what you need to do to improve as a content creator. Hopefully that is the case, because if not, well, you've basically proved you're detractors, right. But I think now's the time I end this video. So until we meet again, I will bid you adieu.